Cynthia, where are you?
The thoughts, views, and opinions expressed by the host of this show are for entertainment purposes only. I repeat, this is not serious. This is not real. I am an untrained professional content creator who is freestyling this show. I do not encourage you to try this at home alone. Enjoy the show.
What up, guys? As y'all can see, I'm locked up. That's right. I'm in YouTube jail, so I gotta just, work through this hard time of incarceration and just being locked up. Plus, Chuck wants to deport me, so I don't even know if I'm gonna make it out of this detention center, only to go to another one. I'm not sure, guys. But please, whatever you do, hit that like button, subscribe, keep up with my chronicles of the Jailhouse Chronicles. And if you're new here, my name is Cynthia. I go by What's Up, Cynthia. Currently, at the time of this filming, I'm in YouTube jail. I cannot go live, but I can make videos. And that's what I'm choosing to do. When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. And that's what I'm doing. I'm taking this opportunity to make these chronicles for you and just tell you about experiences I'm here in the YouTube incarceration. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be in here. My opponent's really trying to take me out. He's got a real vendetta against me. It's personal. It's all made up in his mind, but whatever. He's determined that it's his cause and he's going to fight the good fight. So fight the good fight, brother. Fight it. Just make sure it's a fight you want to fight. And that's kind of what I'm sitting here in my cell today thinking about. Like, what fights do I want to fight? What battles do I want to have? What is important enough to me to defend? And what isn't important that I don't care and it's not even worth addressing? These are things that I've been thinking about. Earlier, I was on earlier when it was Rex time and we got to go out because, I get to get out for an hour a day. And then I have to spend the other 23 hours in my cell. But today I was able to make it out to another panel, Marathon Kev. Shout out to Marathon Kev. Thank you for having me up. I appreciated the conversation. The video's gone. If you were thinking about looking for it, it's gone. He even said, I'm throwing this video away. So, but one of the conversations that we had on there was the gentleman by the name of Mr. Million. And let me just give you a little glimpse of what was said.
Right now watching this, I don't know why you're not hitting that super chat, why you're not cash apping, why you're not gifting memberships, because these people are going ham right now. And you bet if you're not entertained, then your morals are all the way out of there. Because I feel like this is the internet. What works for me won't work for Kev. What works for Kev won't work for me. Some people are on here genuine. Some people are characters. You got to identify who you are, what you're bringing, and who you're interacting with.
Come on.
Boy, didn't he speak the truth? First of all, are you not entertained? If you're watching this, you're entertained. Hit the like button for entertainment. Mr. Million also said, you got to ask yourselves, who are you? What are you here for? Are you here to be genuine? Are you here to be a character? And identify who you are, who you align with, who you run with, who you go live with, who you talk with. Identify that. And that was some good advice, some great advice. And these are things that I've been wondering about myself. Like, why am I here? What do I want to accomplish with my words, with my form of entertainment? Whether it be yelling at people, arguing with people, laughing with people, being the object that people laugh at, because people laugh at me a lot. Like, who do I want to be? Am I going to be a character or am I going to be a genuine person? And well, honestly, guys, I just don't even know how not to be genuine. So I'm definitely not a character unless you count being What's Up Cynthia a character. Well, then I suppose that, but it's genuinely who I am. So I've definitely identified with that. But now I need to identify who am I going to align with? Where am I going to spend my time, my energy? Who am I going to let feed off of me? Who am I going to feed off of? I need to pay closer attention to that because there were people around me who meant no good for me. And it's becoming apparent more so and more so. And it's interesting, right? It's interesting what jealousy, insecurity, what these things do to one's character. I start looking around at the characters around me and who are they? Some want to run around and be the defender of everybody. It's my job to point out where everybody's wrong and shortcomings and failures. Never mind, this person's full of their own failures and shortcomings, but they're going to point it out to other people. Pay attention to that is what I need to start doing more so. And not just making excuses and just laughing about it. It's just the internet. It's just the way we talk and it's just the way we are. No, there's some people that you can just really get a sense of the low vibrations, as some would say. So I need to pay attention to that more. And I'm sharing this with you today from Cell Block 109, I think. Because when you go through things like this, you go through it alone. And that's not necessarily a bad thing because it's in moments such as these, and it's not about being locked up in YouTube, but it's about trying to be restricted in how am I going to utilize this time? Am I going to allow it to upset me, to make me mad? Or am I going to take those lemons and I'm going to make them into lemonade and start Jailhouse Chronicles? Just because someone throws something at you, you do not have to receive it. You don't have to be what people say you are. You show people who you are. And you teach people how to treat you. You set your boundaries. And you let people know, hey, that's off limits. That's not okay. Whatever it needs to be that's best for you. Take care of yourself. So that's what I really wanted to share with you today. Is that watch who you're being entertained by. Watch what your entertainment is. Don't allow it to consume you. Don't allow it to affect you and change you. Instead, be that light that somebody might need, perhaps. I know that's what I'm going to attempt to do. Will I be successful? For some, most definitely. For others, not so much. And that's the way it goes on YouTube. Some will love you, some will not. Others will be so invested in your life that it almost becomes their life. Some will become so invested in quote unquote destroying you. In the process of doing that, they will destroy themselves. Some will look up to you as, oh, you're so courageous. You're so brave. You're so good at this. Just make sure, no matter who you are to others, that you stay true to yourself. If you're going to come on here and be genuine, you do that. Don't allow others to change that about you. The darkness, the insanity, the chaos, the whatever you want to call it, the trolls, that is their mission, to change you. So be strong, be aware, and be firm in who you are. And if you're going to come on here and be a character, pay attention to what character you're going to be. Are you going to be a funny character that trolls just for giggles, but you're not really here to hurt anyone? Or are you going to be someone that runs around judging every? If you're going to be that type of character, you be prepared to get everything that comes with being that type of character. Although it may be entertaining in the beginning and full of laughter, soon it will become draining and people just won't even like having you around. So pay attention to what character. Choose your character wisely. Choose it wisely, because there are those that are watching everywhere, worldwide web, worldwide. And I don't want you to find yourself in a situation where it just becomes too much and you start getting out of character or overwhelmed or changing. You know, Prince always says it best. The battlefield is in the mind, and the prize is your soul. That's deep. The other day I was watching a show and it was about Ironheart. That's a big controversy about that show, but I watched it and I liked it. I liked it a lot. And there's the devil type figure who offers you whatever you want in exchange. And whenever they ask, well, what I have to give you in return, he simply answered, oh, you won't even miss it. You won't even miss it. Don't worry about it. You're not going to miss it. So perhaps some of you look at that as something you don't even think about. I hear people come on here and say, I don't even believe I have a soul. And I think, oh my goodness. Oh my. But there are those that believe that, and that is their beliefs. And there are those that don't believe that. But could you imagine not missing your soul? Pay attention to that. Pay attention to your soul. Pay attention to your spirit. Pay attention to your heart, to your mind, to your words, because that is very powerful. Very, very powerful. That is your power. That is your strength. And if you don't realize that, perhaps you might even think, oh, well, I won't miss my soul. And we'll exchange it for things that will only come back to hurt you somehow. I don't want to sound too woo-woo, but we need to talk about some of these things and some of my experiences. I need to share them because they're real and they're happening to me. And I just want to leave a documentation of where it's at, what it's going through, when it's happening, so I can reflect back later and look at it and think to myself, man, I really got that right and moved correctly after that. And look how far I've come. Or perhaps I might even look back and be like, boy, that's where it all started going wrong. You never know. But if you don't try, you won't know. So today's Jailhouse Chronicle is just be aware of who you are. Are you a genuine person or are you a character?